You're listening to the Jewel City Podcast. You can join us in person Sundays at 10 a.m. or 6 p.m. We have something for all people and all ages. Or join our live stream at 10 a.m. In this podcast, we'll hear a message from our children's director, Chrissy Bernard, on VBS Sunday.
I'd be lying if I say I wasn't bawling back there, but... So, I do want to thank the volunteers, and that song kind of humbles you because it's not about me, it's all about him, and this wouldn't be possible without him. So I applaud the volunteers. We had the most that signed up this year, and they were coming in clear up till Thursday. we apologize. We did have to tell some people no because we definitely go through background checks and lanyards and picture making, and we put all of our picture stuff away. So we just want to keep the kids, not to say they were bad people signing up. It's our process, and we're just all about safety around here and watching out for the kids, right? So I was researching some of this week on, it's been a while to think about what I was going to speak on. And when I was researching, a phrase came across, and I'm like, there we go. So guess what? All that glitters isn't gold. And we have a picture is going to come up on the screen, and it's going to be, one is going to be real gold, and one will be fool's gold. So you see the picture there. So if you think this side over here is real gold, let's give a shout as loud as you can. Do you think this one is? If you think this one is the real gold, you all can participate, adults and all. If you think this is the real... All right, so maybe you might know why it might be real gold. You guys were right, a lot of you, it was this one over here. And that's what I'm going to talk about this morning, real gold versus fool's gold. So 4 different things and how we can determine real gold versus fool's gold. One is real gold shines, and then fool's gold actually it tarnishes, okay? So in Matthew 5:16, with the real gold that shines, if our heart is heart of gold, it should shine for Jesus. So Matthew 5:16 says, in the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. See, when things come against you, you're the one that's able to offer hope, and you have that hope to get you through, right? You shine. When a bad report comes, when financial hardship comes, when relationships break up, right? You're the one that can still stand, and you can have hope in your life. You can have the joy of God on you. And then you can offer kindness when there's so much hate in the world, right? We see a lot of hate in the world, but we with the heart of gold, we can offer that kindness. The other flip side is the fool's gold, which tarnishes, right? So I asked, do you have a heart that tarnishes? And tarnish means it's stained, blemished, to lose luster, or to become dull. So I asked, do you guys give the devil a foothold? Do you start believing the lies that he likes to tell you guys? You know, you have an angel here and the devil here, and the angel will be like, no, God's good, God. And you have the devil's like, no, he wants harm for you, and he's lying to you. So I ask you, do you listen to the devil? Do you listen to his lies? Do you conform to the world? Do you make a church a priority? Do you allow things in your household that aren't of God? Jeremiah 17:9 says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately sick. Who can understand it? So the second thing to determine fool's gold versus real gold has no odor. Did you guys walk into this room with plugging your nose, right? No one, I didn't see anyone walk into the room with their nose plugged, right? It's a pleasant smell in here, right? So see, someone with a heart of gold, they put off a pleasant smell, right? You remain silent when there's division happening, right? You're kind to mean people. You don't stir the pot, right? Ephesians 5:2 says, and walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us, a fragrant offering and sacrifice for God. So on the opposite end is a bad smell. I have boys, and one boy, he has no shame in letting us all know that he has some gas on his belly. Right? So anyways, fool's gold stinks, right? It smells like rotten eggs, which would be, anybody knows what that is? The sulfur, right? So in Revelations 18, you will find that the fall of Babylon and the doom to the city of darkness. And in it, in 18:5, in the Message, it's the Bible, it says, her sins stinks to high heaven. See, sulfur is often used in the Bible as a reference to the fate of the unfaithful. You know, I don't want to stink for Christ, right? I'm sure nobody wants to be in here stinking, right? So the third way we can tell real gold versus fool's gold is how real gold resists movement in water. See, we need to stand firm to the test, right? And I don't know about everyone else's problems or what people are going through. I can only speak for myself, and I can tell you there's been times, and I know people have a lot harder than I have had it, but I've been down before. I've wanted to throw in the towel. I wanted to just say, God, I can't do this anymore. But I'm going to be honest, a lot of times I don't really go to his word. What I do is I kind of start crying, and I start having myself a pity party, and I start talking to God. I start saying, God, why? God, I don't want to be in this situation anymore. God, dear, help me. Why? That's me, you know, and I just start talking to him. And then another thing I may do is, you're not going to find on my playlist a country song telling what somebody's done to me and I want to go slash their tires. You're not going to find that on my playlist. You're not even going to find any of that crap, that rap. Some people call it rap crap. That rap, and then every other word is a word that's bleeped out. You're not going to find. What you are going to find on my playlist is talking of God, is the blessings he offers me, you know, the goodness of God. That's what you're going to find. And I find comfort in that sometimes, and his word is full of comfort. And that's something where I need to grow in an area. Just go to his word more, you know, but also talk to him. And then what is on your playlist? But in 1 Corinthians 15:58, it says, therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, stand firm. Let nothing move you. Always give yourselves fully to the work of the Lord, because you know that the labor in the Lord is not in vain. In 1 Peter 5:9, it also says, resist him, the devil, resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know that the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of sufferings. And what was cool this week was standing back and watching all the volunteers and even new volunteers meeting new people, making new relationships. And that's the whole goal in it, is like we can help each other out, right? I want to be beside someone who's gonna, if I'm going through a struggle, right? I'm surrounding myself with other believers who can help me stand firm, right? And then I can also encourage them when they're going through struggles. That's where I want to be at. And so the fourth thing determining real gold versus full gold is if it moves and flops when it's tossed in the water. Real gold doesn't move, doesn't flop around in the water. It says, hold on, my papers got stuck. But anyways, sorry. Back up. Where fool's gold flops and moves in the water, right? Yep. So James 1:6-8 said, but when you ask, you believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. So that's what I was telling you. I don't want to be by that person, right? I want someone to encourage me, right? And I'm sure you guys too. And then on the fourth thing, it's real gold is changeable and it's also moldable. And I'm going to have a volunteer come up here to help me, if he will. He's the one that stinketh our room up a lot. I'm joking. He's going to create something for me. So yeah, real gold is changeable and moldable. And then fool's gold is like this rock, right? It's hard, right? So while he's making that, see, a golden heart will change and mold into the heart that chases after God. A sign that your heart is growing and changing is that you have a desire to live by his word. You make every word applicable to your life, and we don't just take a nugget out of the Bible and apply it. We don't take one part and make it our own and make it fit. We take the whole word and apply it. It says not to covet your neighbor. It says do not lie. It says do not boast. It says do not steal. Do not play favorites. Be kind to your enemies. And then the words coming out of your mouth, do they curse? Or do they build each other up? Are they good? Are they full of grace? Ouch, right? So how he changed it into a heart. So that would be a heart of gold, right? And so, good job. And so to get this heart of gold and to have that desire, you have to spend time with God. Deuteronomy 36, the Lord your God will change your heart and the hearts of all your descendants. So parents, real quick, your descendants, they got to see you, okay? What are you doing? So that you will love him with all your heart and soul, and so you may live. And a fool's gold is hard, like this. Romans 1:21-23. For although they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give thanks to him. But they became futile in their thinking, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of a mortal God for images resembling mortal man and birds and animals and creeping things. See, the foolish heart, they won't give up the sacrifices of daily pleasures. The foolish heart views themselves and their desires that they are far more important than God. So I ask you, are you walking around with a heart of gold or a fool's gold heart? See, gold in the Bible has many symbolic meanings, but it is often carries the symbolic meaning of representing purity. It represents refinement. It represents divine presence. So you're going to watch this video and you will see what a heart of gold should look like.
In the Bible, our heart is actually mentioned hundreds of times. And it seems that the heart the Bible speaks about is not just the muscle that pumps blood around the body. So what exactly is meant by the heart that Jesus and others speak about in the Bible? When I read about the heart in the Bible, it's actually talking about me. The heart is a kind of room where I have my feelings and thoughts, and where I decide what I will do and why I want to do it. It's a kind of control center, the place where I make decisions. I also have a conscience, and that tells me what is right and wrong. But it's in my heart where I decide what I will do, the good or the bad. The choices I make in my heart come out in what I say and do. So we can't actually hide what is in our heart. It says something very important in the Bible. It says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. What's written here is that actually our heart is what needs taking very good care of. To guard my heart means that I follow my conscience and choose the good, what Jesus would like me to do. A pure and good heart makes our life absolutely fantastic, because my life will be how my heart is.
So everyone here, if you guys can close your eyes, please, just close it. Now I want you to picture a blank heart in your mind. How are you going to color that heart in? Is it going to be colored in gold? You going to have that heart of gold for God? Or is it going to be a dark heart? When we allow God to transform our hearts, we have a new heart and we are a new person. Ezekiel 36:26 says, and I will give you, God will give you a new heart and a new spirit. I will put within you, and I will remove the heart of stone from your flesh and give you a heart of flesh. So will you allow God to transform your tarnished, your stinky, your unsteady, and your hardened heart into a shimmering piece of pure gold for him? You know what? The maker of hearts also knows how to remake hearts. So if you don't know Jesus, we ask you come to the altar. Grab the person beside you, come, pray, give your life over to him. See, in Matthew 5:8, it says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. I'm going to be honest. If you don't know God, you're not going to get to see him if he calls your name today. So I just ask you, are you going to make him, as Pastor Carrie sings, she's going to sing, King of your heart? Is he the king of your heart? So if you'd like to come and pray and ask him into your heart, just come to the altar. Find someone with a yellow shirt on. We'll pray with you.
Thank you for listening to the Jewel City Podcast. You can join us in person Sundays at 10 a.m. or 6 p.m. We have something for all people and all ages. Or join our live stream at 10 a.m.